Okay, next we'll talk about emails and reports, which is this button here. So when you click on this, it again has a list of all the previous emails sent out and all the reports that have been created. So we'll take those one at a time. Now, emails, just like actions, you can duplicate a previous email and then you'll use that as the starting point rather than having to start from scratch. You can also check the statistics, how many folks have opened your email, etc. You can manage a previously written email. Let's pretend we're just starting a new email. So you can click over here on the email button to create a new email. And let's just call it testing. It's from me. And testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now at this point, once you've got the text of your email, you can click this green button and you'll actually see what it's going to look like. You can also do that later on in the process. One thing to keep in mind is that if you want to create a link in your email, let's say that this is going to make this a hyperlink to sign up for the event that we just posted. You can click here to open a new tab, put the URL. So this would be you would just go into the action you just created and take that URL and paste it right here, and that's how you create the link. Okay, let's assume that we've tested the email, looks good, there's no typos, we've got the links all set up and tested. Now we want to target our email. So you click on this blue button. And now everything on the left side of this, first off, it's just going to confirm which email list you want to send it to, right? So you can choose between RootsKeeper and Protect California Food. So on the left side of this page are all the things that you can indicate to include specifically. So let's say, for example, instead of emailing the whole list, you want to email folks in a particular legislative district. You can indicate that here. People within a certain radius of a zip code. There's a whole bunch of different criteria here. Mostly, I don't. I do one of two things. I send it out to everybody, or I send it out to folks who have been recently active. Now this is right down here. Target activists who took, and I often say, one action in the last 60 days. And that I consider to be sort of our most active people. So they might get a little more often an email update than everybody else. But all of these, anything that you put in here is going to limit the email scope to those people. So if you want it to go out to everyone, don't put anything over here. If you have a specific targeting in mind, this is where you'd specify it. Now over here is on the other side, the exclude section. Sort of similar, except here you can just do everything but that. So for example, if you want to send this out to folks only in California, you could indicate over here that you want to include folks in California. If you want to put over here to exclude, you might say, I don't want to send it to anybody who's in Nevada. Then it would send it out. So obviously, if you've specified only California, you don't also need to specify to exclude other states. It's only going to include folks in California. So if you don't select anything in the exclude thing, it's going to, by default, not exclude anybody. So those are the two parameters. You have people that you include, people that you exclude. The folks in the exclude list means they won't get it. If you specifically include folks, they're going to get that. So it explains this up here at the top. So let's assume that we're just sending it out to everybody. Next phase is save, preview, and send. It's going to show you your email one more time. You can once again save and send it. You can save a draft of it. You'll see at the bottom here, it starts off by not having any answer here. You have to refresh the screen, and then it will tell you how many people are going to get this email. 1696 activists. And then you can just go ahead and click to send it. And when you click that red button, it's going to have a confirm button so that you can confirm that you do indeed want to send it. You can also schedule it. So if you want it to go out first thing in the morning, the next morning, you can set it up a time to schedule the email to go out. Okay, that's about the end of that. So let's go back to the emails. And I'm actually going to get rid of that one because we don't need it mucking up our system. Okay, now reports are another Groovy feature. Reports essentially have the same kind of targeting as emails, but instead of producing an email, they just give you a list of the people that those criteria apply to. So you could start a new report by clicking over here, or you can just pull up a previous one. So for example, RSVP source codes, you can click edit. It's the name of the report. It's got the email list. I'm pretty sure this is just, yes. So here it's folks, this is the RSVPs for the Speak Out to Protect California Food attendees, right? So I indicated that as it should include those folks in the include section. And then after you've indicated who you want to be targeting, the next thing is it's going to ask you to select the data. So in this case, I wanted to know what the source codes were of the folks who had RSVP'd. So you could indicate from this drop down, if you wanted to include other fields, because you also want to know what legislative district they're in, you can add to all that. And then you click Save and Get Results, and it will pull up a preview of your data, and you can also download it as a spreadsheet, so you can see exactly who meets these criteria. So that is how to create a report. Thank you very much.